Hello there. This is going to be a video what I wanted to make for quite a while now. Everyone talks about technical aspects of trading, there's tons of information about that, but very few people tend to talk about what I call the head stuff, which obviously begs the question, what exactly is head stuff? What I mean by that is, well, let's have a quick look at this old slide, what you may remember from a previous video, trading yin and yang. As I've said many times before, to trade successfully you need two things. You need a positive expectancy strategy, by which I mean a strategy what, if you follow it correctly, will most likely make you a profit based on back testing and forward testing. And the second thing what you need is the discipline to follow that strategy. Now, what I found is everybody underestimates that second bit, the discipline, and this is what I mean by head stuff, what's going on in your head which allows you to follow your actual strategy. And as I say, everybody underestimates this. It's almost impossible to imagine the pressure that trading live cash can actually put on you unless you've actually done it, and I've never yet met a trader who has disagreed with that. Everybody says the same thing, that it's much harder when you actually start doing it than what you could ever have imagined. So what exactly do we mean by discipline then? Well, by discipline I mean doing exactly what the strategy tells you to do when it tells you to do it, and that means entering trades when you're supposed to enter trades without any hesitation, and exiting trades as well at the right time without any hesitation, and doing both of those whether the action that you're about to take means that you will be making a profit or a loss, because when you're trading a strategy and following a strategy, profit or loss don't really come into it. You've got to follow the strategy. The profit will come by trading the strategy over the long term. The law of averages will mean that your strategy will be profitable, but for it to be profitable you have to take all the trades what the strategy is telling you to take. If you just take half the trades, there's a possibility you could take all the losing half, for example. That's obviously an extreme example, but it illustrates the point of why it's important to follow the strategy properly and take all the trades. So why is it difficult to actually do this? Why is it difficult to follow a strategy? The reason is that human beings are always in one of two different states. Either they are being controlled by their emotions, or they are in control of their emotions. And obviously when it comes to trading we need to be in control of our emotions, because if we're not in control of our emotions, that means that it's our emotions what are making the decisions, and that's not what we want. We want the strategy to be making the decisions, not emotions. So to do that we have to override our inner monologue, which is the little voice what we have in our heads that questions everything that we do, and it's like the voice of our emotions really. It's our emotions talking to us all the time, and the two emotions, as you probably know, that are the most dangerous for a trader are fear and greed, and our main job in having good discipline is to keep a lid on these two, on fear and greed. Now fear in our inner monologue is talking to us all the time, and it's trying to stop us from taking risks basically, and as trading is all about taking calculated risks, obviously fear can be a pretty big problem. It's talking to us all the time, and it's always trying to put doubt into our mind, and it's saying things to us like, if I enter this trade it might lose money, maybe I'll wait a bit to see if the trade looks like it's going to be a winner. Obviously if you do that then you've probably just missed the most profitable part of the trade by waiting. And it will say things like, if I'm managing this trade I might miss a better one, what could make more money. Those are just some of the common things what fear says to us when we're trading. And then on the other side we've got greed, and greed's also talking to us all the time, trying to push us to make more money. And greed is saying things like, I know I should exit here, but if I hang on in this trade maybe I could make a bit more money. Or it will be saying, if the trade hasn't worked out, it will be saying, okay, I know I should take this small loss now, but if I wait this trade could turn around and become profitable, don't want to miss out on that profit. And a very common one is greed will say to us, this trade nearly meets our criteria. It's not quite what we're looking for, but it's close. So let's take this trade because I don't want to miss out on making all those potential dollars. And this is where we end up over trading and taking subpar trades. Very dangerous. So obviously, as I say, we need to overcome these problems. We've got to control our emotions while we're trading. Otherwise, as I said before, we'll be trading based on our emotions and not based on our strategy. And like the whole strategy part and everything else to do with trading, this takes practice, because experience is the best teacher. The more experience we've got, the more we can call on our past memories, our past experience, to remind us of what to do. We can look back at the last time that we made the error that we're just about to make and remember what happened when we made that error, and hopefully, avoid making the same error again. And so, as I say, the more experience you've got, the more experience you've got to call on to remind you, and eventually it becomes almost second nature. So experience already is the best way of overcoming these problems, but obviously you need to get that experience, and you need to overcome some of the problems in order to get that experience. So how can we get over the problem of fear? Well, the best way is to simply have confidence in your strategy. Fear is saying, what if this doesn't work? I don't want to do this, might lose money. And if you've got confidence in the strategy, then there's much less chance of being controlled by fear. You know that the strategy works, you know that if you just follow it you will make money. So you need, as I say, confidence, which you get from paper trading your strategy. Remember back to the paper trading video, as I say, you can do that for free. It's a way of building experience for free, and it's a way of gaining confidence in your strategy. It's a way of proving to yourself that the strategy does actually work, and that all you've got to do is follow it, and that the money will come. And then once you've done that, and once you're consistently profitable, again, start then trading live cash, but trade in very small size. If you go from trading just on paper to suddenly trading 1,000 shares at a time, there's big money involved. Obviously you're going to be afraid of losing that money. If you start trading very small size, it just bridges that gap slightly, it lessens the pressure, and you can then slowly build up from there as you build confidence, build up bigger and bigger size. That's the best way of conquering fear. On the other side, we've got to get over the greed problem, and this can be a bit more difficult because we're in this at the end of the day for the money. That's what we're trading for, and any time we think about money, that naturally gets our old greed glands going. Now, some people say that the simplest thing is don't think about the cash, think about the points, but I find that really that doesn't really help, because we're still trying to win points at the end of the day. We've all got a slightly competitive nature to more or less an extent, and so we're still trying to win points, whether it's points or money. So that maybe it helps some people, but it's limited in its effect. What I find is a better option, particularly for the problem of overtrading, is to place artificial limits on what we're trading. So for example, when we start trading live cash, limit ourselves to just taking one trade each day or 2 trades each day. And this really gets over the problem of greed saying to us, oh, this trade's nearly good enough, nearly meets our strategy, oh, we're going to take this because we don't want to miss out on the potential profit. If you've only got the possibility to take one trade per day, then you're going to look for the very best trade that you can find during that day. That might be that it swings too far and that you end up not taking any trades because fear will be saying maybe this isn't the best trade of the day. Obviously you've got to try and strike a balance, and that's why I say maybe 1 trade a day, maybe 2 trades a day. But it's a very good way of overcoming the most common of greed problems, what I see, which is overtrading. And there are some other techniques what you can use as well to overcome greed and overcome fear as well. Techniques what I've developed over the years, but really those go a bit beyond the scope of this video. But there is one other thing what I wanted to mention, and something what's very useful, and that is meditation and visualization. Now don't laugh, this is used in fact by all top sports people, top sportsmen and women use these techniques very effectively as well. Basically meditation calms your mind and entrains discipline. It's a kind of like a gym for the mind, if you like, a workout for the mind. and the better shape that your mind is in, the more control you'll have over your emotions. And visualization, that's kind of mental rehearsal. You can essentially meditate and visualize trading in a calm, collected manner and being in control. And that kind of mental rehearsal does actually prepare the mind to take control of your emotions. When you do something in your head, the chemicals in your brain, the reactions in your brain are exactly the same as if you do it for real. So if you imagine yourself trading in a very calm way, then you will find it much easier to trade in a very calm way. Obviously, it's ideal to do this just before trading each day, and it should be something what you do regularly as well. As I say, it's like going to the gym. To get the best effects, you've got to go regularly, and it's the same with meditation and visualization. Do it regularly, and you'll become mentally much stronger. And this is by far the best way to overcome all of these problems of discipline, fear and greed is meditation. It's very easy to do, but if you haven't done it before, there are plenty of guided CDs and MP3s what you can get, which can really help you get into this, and it's quite enjoyable once you get into it. I do it religiously, and I know a lot of other traders what do it as well, and in fact all of the most profitable traders what I know use meditation regularly. Okay then, that's all for this one. I hope that was useful, and have another one for you very soon.